Hello, Thunder Bay, and thank you for the efforts each of you continue to make to limit the spread of COVID-19. While your efforts have been rewarded, we must all realize the situation is fluid and can change quickly, especially if we let our guard down. The province has extended previous emergency orders made under the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act to June 30th, 2020. These orders include redeployment measures for municipalities, closure of recreational facilities and non-essential businesses, as well as restrictions on social gatherings, among others. As a result, a decision has been made to scale back many summer recreation and culture and parks programs and services. While the scaling back of summer operations is disappointing, we are pleased that administration will keep a close eye as provincial orders are lifted, with the hope that, depending on the timing, some summer facilities and programs may run, such as splash pads and day camps. We are also pleased to have been able to reopen some park areas, amenities, and other facilities to allow residents to enjoy the outdoors using safety measures such as physical distancing. Other facilities, programs, and services such as splash pads and day camps will be considered as provincial orders are announced, and depending on timing, require a lead time of 2 to 6 weeks to reopen if feasible when the orders are lifted. The city has reopened some park amenities and recreation facilities as restrictions are eased by the province. Highlights of the reopenings to date include Strathcona and Chapels golf courses, the Thunder Bay Tennis Centre and 3 courts located in municipal parks, 4 dog parks located at Beverly, Centennial, Buffer, Hilliard, and the Westford Playfield, recreational boating at the marina and 5 local boat launches, Chippewa Park, which opened May 29th, outdoor sports facilities and multi-use fields, including 43 baseball diamonds, 17 soccer fields, 18 tennis courts, 20 basketball courts, 7 skateboard BMX parks, 6 permanent rinks, 4 pickleball courts, 1 volleyball court, and 1 disc golf course, outdoor picnic sites and benches, including 7 sheltered picnic areas. Due to the province's emergency orders and uncertainty about health and safety, it's unfortunate that many of our summer programs and services will no longer be available as the COVID-19 pandemic response continues. An updated financial report on the municipal impacts of COVID-19 will be before City Council on June 15th. This report will allow us to consider ways of addressing lost revenues and increased expenses as a result of COVID-19 that were estimated to generate a loss of approximately $1.1 million per month. While we are faced with a difficult financial picture, I am optimistic that we will weather the storm and come out of the other side in not too dire a situation. If necessary, we do have the Rate Stabilization Fund available to us to assist us in helping to balance this year's budget. I continue to work with my colleagues from LUMCO, the Large Urban Mayors Caucus of Ontario, MARCO, the Mayors and Regional Chairs of Ontario, and to AMO, the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, to lobby the federal and provincial governments for assistance with operating funding. Municipalities have not been legally allowed to run deficits in the past, and we are hopeful it won't be something considered by upper levels of government in response to the current crisis. As well, the Federation of Canadian Municipalities has asked for funding from the federal government to the tune of $10 to $15 billion to support Canadian municipalities with their operating deficits. We continue to lobby both senior levels of government for infrastructure funding to help stimulate our economy. Often during recessionary times, governments look to stimulate the economy through infrastructure funding, and we are hopeful that this will be a tool they will utilize during this crisis. The Thunder Bay Community Economic Development Commission and the Chamber of Commerce continue to work hard to support and develop local business. I will be part of an economic recovery group along with senior administrators from the city, led by the Economic Development Commission, working on issues related to economic recovery. I have begun regular communication with key city stakeholders and economic drivers to look for opportunities to help our economic recovery. These key stakeholders include the Chamber of Commerce, the Economic Development Commission, Lakehead University, Confederation College, Fort William First Nation, the Thunder Bay Port Authority, and the Thunder Bay International Airport. We have, to a certain extent, weathered the economic impact better than some other communities because of a strong knowledge-based economy and many public sector jobs. Our unemployment rate is lower than the provincial average. I believe we are a city with tremendous economic potential and opportunity, and this will put us in a good position as we work on economic recovery. As we work towards economic recovery, I want to highlight once again the role we can all play by buying local and finding ways to support our local businesses to the best of our ability. As you are aware, we have done quite well in Thunder Bay, Northern Ontario, and other parts of the province to limit the spread of the COVID virus. You deserve a lot of credit for the role you have played by practicing physical distancing, effective virus hygiene, and staying home whenever possible. As a result of the successes in parts of the province, Ontario Premier Doug Ford said he's considering a regional, phased approach to reopening the province amid the COVID-19 pandemic, an option he had previously resisted. At last week's Municipal Emergency Control Group meeting, I asked our Medical Officer of Health if the medical officers of health from across the province were having discussions with the province regarding regional reopenings, and she indicated that they were being asked to advise the province on the issue of regional reopenings. The province, along with the medical officers of health, are committed to ensuring that all reopenings are undertaken in as safe a manner as possible, with the necessary procedures and guidelines in place. We will have to wait and see whether Thunder Bay is given the opportunity to open some services and activities earlier than other parts of Ontario. The need to be vigilant in the fight against the virus will be magnified as we continue to reopen. As I said before, we are likely to be in this for some time yet, and likely strong measures will be needed until a vaccine is in place. Thunder Bay, on behalf of Council, thank you for continued diligence in the fight against this virus. Thank you for your kindness and your compassion. Together we will come through the other side of this as an even stronger community. Thank you, Thunder Bay. Better days are ahead. Stay well.